Tears of the Kingdom is not a masterpiece by a synthetic man, with a big-breasted Zelda looking straight into Ganondorf's cock for the thumbnail. I'm sure this review is gonna have some very level-headed critiques.
The king being a goat man, who are the Zonai people who came from the heavens, is borderline satanic imagery. I have no idea if this is intentional or not, but Japan used to be infamous for putting weird Christian symbolism in anime and occasionally video games. So this could be an extension of that, or again, if you want to take the schizo angle, this is a result of a certain cult organization full of quote-unquote elites that are subtly inserting their propaganda into video games.
Yes, this guy made a Legend of Zelda review where he alludes to Jewish conspiracies being inserted into this Japanese developed game because one of the new races introduced resembles a goat. Just like how there's races in Zelda that resemble birds and fish and whatever the fuck a Goron is. I personally thought the Zonai looked more like llamas, but fuck man, the Jews got me. Thank God this Legend of Zelda review exists because it's opening my third eye and is helping me finally realize just how much propaganda Nintendo is shoving into their video games.
Not to mention the quote-unquote subtle homosexual imagery from Breath of the Wild has been expanded even further in this one, and I already know people are gonna say I'm reading into it and no kid's gonna see this shit, but that's exactly how you desensitize people and how you groom them, right? You expose them to things.
Dude, he 100% thought that line was like the biggest brain move ever. This is what grooming is, guys. It's subtly exposing kids to things. See, guys, it says right here on Google that grooming is the practice of preparing or training someone for a particular purpose or activity. I'd like to see you libtards try to disprove that one.
The vow that each of the new sages takes to Link looks like they're proposing to him. And Sidon, the giant shark guy, people already made a bunch of gay lewd images between him and Link when Breath of the Wild came out. Well, now, him quite literally putting a ring on his finger.
Hello, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. We've seen a lot of interesting fan feedback on the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild character, Sidon. In response to your passion for Sidon and Link's friendship in the Nintendo Switch title, we've made the unfortunately tough decision to delay the upcoming release of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom to 2023 in order to further develop the budding relationship between these beloved characters. Here's what we have so far. Please take a look. Come on, Nintendo, fuck off with this gay shit!
And man, their relationship is too fucking weird, dude. I don't care that they literally give him a wife in the story, I'm not convinced.
Dude, we all know you're fiending for that Sidon cock. Look at that fucking smile. That's a gay smile.
And Riju's a Gerudo, and if you've seen any of their Rule 34,
No, I haven't looked up Rule 34 of this prepubescent Zelda character. But luckily, that was in the old game. In this one, you're only a hibba if you like her.
you know, they're usually sporting a little something extra. Come. That's why I'm gonna... That's why I'm going doing your pussy tonight, Link. Though obviously that's not canon, but you get the point, man. Every character that vows to him might as well be male.
So the Japanese video game developers, who are really controlled by the Jews, are subtly grooming children by having the main male protagonist with long hair, who needs to repair his damaged hand after getting attacked by Gloom, which shares a striking resemblance to the color of the Conservative Party, by taking their sacred vows. One of which who is actually a girl, but is really a boy, because underage CP porn of them exists where they have a huge cock. And since transphobia is basically entry-level bigotry, of course this character is actually meant to be a man. Honestly, the real reason Link's probably going after Zelda is because she secretly has a massive cock. After all, she is growing the Master Sword for Link.
Jesus, he's hand-mogged by everyone. He's hand-mogged by a child. Link was destined to be a bottom. It's over.
Can't wait to see the online Rule 34 lolly CP of this bird character just railing Link in the ass with a strap on. Can't believe Nintendo made Link such a woke bottom character in this game.
There's all sorts of little nuggets of wokeness, like Paya now having a giant brown boyfriend who looks like a Giga Chad in comparison to Link, despite the fact she was thirsting for his dick in the last one.
Wait, how is a buff black guy existing next to Paya woke? What? Even from like a sarcastic point of view, I don't know how to comment on this because is just being black woke now? Is being buff and black woke? Does this dude have a story to tell? Some personal trauma that might cause him to react in this way? 7.8 out of 10. Too many black people trying to cuck Link out of a good thing!
So despite the fact that the Gerudo are clearly supposed to be like the Middle Eastern inspired race, I guess you could say, but they might even be a different species than Hylians, I'm not sure. They could be like a Sari and just take genetic material from Hylians to make more Gerudo, right?
Yeah, I know, right? I get it.
But no, now there's actually a lot of Hylians that are various shades of brown throughout the world.
This had me laughing so hard. Borrowing DNAs from Hylians? I legitimately don't understand what you're saying. Is you're implying that there's a reverse Yakub that invented the Gerudo people? And like the fact about this game being satanic / grooming kids? God, you guys remind me of my grandparents who called Pokemon and Harry Potter tools of the devil. Keep up the good work. Genuinely entertaining schizo post. Very organic comment. And 150 likes in a few hours on the video that didn't spike in views? Did you come from Twitter or Discord, lol? No, I'm implying that Gerudo aren't Hylian / human, seeing that they only produce Gerudo when they mate with Hylians, which you would know if you actually played the games. As for your other points, you probably support leftist censorship, so your satanic panic illusion falls on deaf ears. I don't support censorship on any level, from either side, but I will call out things I notice. Like how the game implies that Rijo has a huge cock! This guy is for real, dude. The segments I'm reacting to are like 2 minutes out of a 1 hour review of Tears of the Kingdom, where he makes many legitimate points about the gameplay. He's actually serious. He's not joking.
Zelda goes back in time to when Hyrule was founded, essentially, or a little bit after that. Meets the first king and queen of Hyrule, which the king was a fucking goat man, and the queen was a, we'll say, dark elf.
Yo, what up, Groipers? It's me, Synthetic Man here, and you know, I've been playing through the new Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. So far, not that woke. Nintendo has really learned from the backlash from the cross-dressing in Breath of the Wild, and I think we're good to go. I've been playing through the game quite a bit. There's been no woke moments so far, and I'm really happy that Nintendo oh my fucking god, is that a
And of course, one of the founders of Hyrule set the stage for the entire series, created a wonderful Wakanda-esque utopia, is one of these brown Hylians. Almost literally, we was Kangs and shit.
Alright, buddy. Okay, so we have racism, transphobia, homophobia, anti-Semitism, cuckoldery, and maybe even a bit of a lolly on the side, all crammed into this wonderful segment from an hour-long Tears of the Kingdom review. And if you thought any of those jokes were completely made up and not based in any beliefs that this guy actually has, I thought that might be the case too, but then I watched his response video and oh my god, this is some of the most insane shit I've ever heard.
And as you can imagine, Twitter was not happy with me pointing out that Nintendo has further diversified the Hyrule landscape. It wasn't enough to have the Gerudo, the Rito, the Gorons, the Zora, and now the Zonai. No, on top of all of that, half the Hylians is some shade of brown, despite Hyrule itself basically being one giant island landscape, which should have people look relatively similar to one another, especially when you have the Gerudo as specifically the brown people. It stands out that much more when Hylians are every shade of the rainbow. Twitter also didn't like me pointing out how Rauru looks vaguely similar to Baphomet, which, like I say in the original video, could very likely just be the result of Japan inserting subtle Christian symbolism into their games, which they used to do a lot. But like I alluded to with the gay marriage allegory, I don't actually believe that Rauru is supposed to be symbolic of Baphomet. But considering we live in Clown World, I'm not going to completely rule out the possibility. We live in a time where there are unironic Satanists. Not to mention, have you actually looked at a pride parade anytime in the last few years, or one of these drag queen story hours? they're pretty fucking satanic, let's be honest. It certainly is not too outlandish to say that a company could receive compensation for promoting certain things that those people want promoted. And really, that's why I don't feel bad about saying any outlandish things, because just the fact that I'm being attacked for noticing things.
Dude, he was just noticing things. Like the entire Jewish influence that's clearly on the game Tears of the Kingdom. Like, it's so blatant, it's so obvious. I go onto my favorite Zelda fan website and I see gay shit immediately. Like, you gotta be willingly ignorant to not notice these things.
And finally, Twitter was also angry that I made a "We was Kangs" joke about the Queen of Hyrule, because it's an easy joke and it's funny. I don't really need to justify it in any way. And yeah, that's it. That's all the controversy is over. Apparently that makes me a racist. It also makes me anti-Semitic. Figure that one out. I never mentioned Jewish people one time.
Yeah, guys! When I said the elite were funding Nintendo in order to push propaganda in their games, I wasn't talking about Jewish people. What? You guys are so anti-Semitic for that. What the fuck?
I am not the Zoomer version of Jack Thompson who wants to make leftist propaganda illegal or something. No, I want it to die out naturally by nobody buying the products. The problem is, certain shadowy groups of people have amassed so much money that they can fund games that sell 0 copies. These are the type of people that think it is completely normal and rational to chop your dick off and wear a dress. And now I realize this video is probably going to be demonetized, but I had to get that one in there.
Wait, what? You're responding to your Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom review reactions, and you felt it was really necessary to squeeze in a chopping off dick comment. Okay, dude.
Seriously though, with the radical change in gender ideology and the slow normalization of pedophilia, and I don't care if you think that's schizo, that's apparent to anybody who's paying attention, but you keep lying to yourself about that. Do you want to know the amount of times I've seen some random Twitter user advocate for the banning of Lolly, and then it turns out they're an actual pedophile who's been arrested, or was arrested after that post? It's not a fucking coincidence, dude. These people are fucked in the head. I don't even give a shit about Lolly. I think it's just drawings.
Of course you do. You literally looked up big cock porn of an underage Zelda character. Of course you just think they're drawings that don't literally expose anybody who faps to them as a pedophile. But no, all drag queens are pedophiles. And Nintendo was grooming children by having big, gay, hot, buff, chunky, delicious little side-on proposing to the bottom twink cucked Link. Yeah, that's what's gonna normalize pedophilia. Not downplaying the fucking insanity of drawing a child naked. No. That's just leftist censorship.
People seem to think I was a pedo for my take on Atreus and Angraboda, even though they're both horny teenagers and probably would want to plow each other. I'm sorry if the truth hurts your feelings because you were a loser in high school, a shut-in who never saw any of this shit. Well, despite what you might think of me, I did know multiple people who had sex in middle school and high school, and they weren't lying, dude.
Wait, how do you know they weren't lying? Is that when you got cocked? Is that when you saw the big black dude fuck your girl? Because that's the only way you can confirm for sure that they weren't lying.
But what I do know is none of these Twitter, Reddit, Discord types batted an eye when it turned out that monkeypox was spread through sexual intercourse, and all of a sudden, these kids start getting it somehow, especially ones that had 2 dads. That's interesting.
Why are we talking about conspiracy theories of gay couples fucking their kids in this Legend of Zelda video?
These are the type of people who are getting paid disabilities they don't even fucking have, like autism. I guarantee they're not even autistic.
Hey, whoa, stop exposing me, what the fuck?
And gender dysphoria sure as hell shouldn't be getting any money. The type of people who shout trans rights at the top of their lungs and then can't even tell you what the fuck that means. You have all the same rights I do. But no, they think free surgery is a right. Chopping your dick off is something that the taxpayer should take the burden of. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? And to make a year-old reference, they can't even define what a woman is. A woman is anyone who says they're a woman. They don't even know what a definition is, because all their words have multiple definitions. Doublespeak, right? Rules for thee and not for me. I just can't get over the fact that these people never argue in good faith.
Oh boy. Oh boy, dude, he's probably gonna say this video isn't being made in good faith because I'm cutting things around to make jokes. I just wanted to make a funny Zelda video. I thought the comments he made in his review were so ridiculous that they became funny. And that initially was all this video was gonna be, just laughing at that. But then he made this response video and holy shit. Why is this turning into a real argument? He's saying people are responding in bad faith because they pushed back on his suggestion that The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is grooming children. Please tell me this is a parody account. Please tell me he's not being for real.
I do want people to see this, so maybe they do understand my actual beliefs a little bit more. I'm not gonna pull a Sam Hyde and pretend that it's all comedy or something when most of his viewers know that he is definitely more of a radical right-wing guy, even if he does ham up some of his beliefs for comedy's sake.
Okay, it's real. It's real! What the fuck? How do people think this way? I thought this was something only fringe, alt-right, BitChute-only YouTube band creators would say. Not this gaming review channel with 100,000 subscribers that actually has a fan base that enjoys this type of shit. This response video has majority likes and has top comments like this person who says, "Some idiots would say it's a conspiracy theory. Well, we've been 90% accurate the past 3 years. Might as well call them political soothsayers." Through reacting to this fucking Legend of Zelda review, I have actually lost even more faith in the average intelligence of the human race. This is insane, and I want to know if I'm going crazy or you guys feel the same way. So whatever opinions you have on this, please share them in the comment section below. I'm genuinely interested to hear if you guys think I'm wrong in any way, because I'm honestly kind of at a loss for words by how strangely positive the reaction to this response from Synthman has been. Anyways, that's about it for the video. I'll see you guys in another one.